Hello everyone, Bishop here. Be patient with me, I've never posted a video before, but I'm trying to learn and get with the times. I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce our church, St. Francis Chapel, part of the Universal Catholic Church denomination. We're not new, but still there are some people out there that have never heard of us or have been given bad information. Today, there are many choices that someone can choose to make to satisfy their spiritual needs, if you will, or they choose no church at all. Deep down, we don't want to disconnect from God, but sometimes churches and the people leading them seem to push people away, even if inadvertently sometimes. If you're Catholic, past or present, but struggle with what I call the myopia of rules, then you might find a home with us. I sometimes joke with people that we're Catholic without the guilt, because we don't want to lay on the guilt to anyone. That's just not our goal here. Many people's exposure to religion is one of too many rules, some of them being impossible to even follow, or being denied the sacraments, or preaching from the pulpit from ministers that is mostly about fearing God's condemnation. This can be quite unsettling, and we try hard here not to fall in those kind of traps. Here at St. Francis, I think you will find something different. First, we teach freedom of thought. We allow our members to have a wide intellectual freedom in interpreting scripture, dogma, and liturgies. Secondly, it is extremely rare that you will hear the sacraments being denied to anyone who comes to us seeking them. We do not deny baptism because one parent is not Catholic or not Christian, or the parents are divorced, or even those who may not even be members of our parish. How can you deny a sacrament of baptism because of some fault of the parents or the godparents? This is a disservice to the child. Suffer the children to come unto me and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven, is what Jesus said. And when I die, I can just see myself trying to explain to Christ why I might have denied a baptism because of something the child's parents or godparents did, or maybe didn't even do. It's not the child's fault. The baptism is about the child, not the parents or the godparents. We also do not deny weddings because for people because of one is not being Catholic, or because they're not members of our parish, or because they haven't contributed enough to the parish, or even if they've cohabitated together. We don't deny a politician, as an example, communion because he doesn't agree with us on the topic of abortion, maybe. You hear a lot about that in the Catholic news, and sorry, we're not going to do that. Communion is not something to be rewarded for good behavior. We do not deny communion to people who have been divorced. We're not saying that any of these concerns I've just mentioned are okay in every situation, but we are saying that every single one of us, myself included, we're all flawed in some way. If everyone were perfect, we wouldn't need the church. Christ would not have had to suffer on the cross. We're all imperfect, but we're going to accept you that way. We put it all in the hands of Christ, and we let Him guide us in fixing that about us that He wants fixed. The church and the priests of the church are vehicles for that. This isn't about bashing other ministries or churches. I'm merely giving examples of what I'm told when people come to us seeking some of these sacraments. All churches have their place, don't get me wrong, but we're all human and things happen in our lives. We are a small congregation that has a wide variety of people from all walks of life, each one broken in some way, and each one still who are just trying to seek God and want to feel God in their lives. No pretensions here. Everyone who is here is present in themselves and of themselves without pretending to be something that they're not. Life is a journey towards Christ. Sometimes it isn't as easy as it seems to go on that journey, but when you have a support structure from a church community, it does lend some sense of family within family to help us each cope when we're down or troubled maybe, or even celebrate with us when we have our joys. We offer Mass, but it's in the older Tridentine type of liturgy, known as the Liberal Catholic Rite. It's been around for well over 100 years now, and it's virtually the same as the old Latin Mass. However, we do it in English. We want everyone to be able to understand it. Few understand Latin anymore anyway, so you wouldn't get as much out of it. So we do say it in English. But we come to Mass to worship God. We come not to be entertained. So we do use the older Mass because it's about worshiping God. And when you really take time to study it and learn it and feel part of it and give something to the Mass, you'll be surprised what you get out of it. It's wonderful. Our mission statement is love Christ, keep the commandments, receive the Spirit. Really easy to do when you get right down to it. Christ gave 2 commandments that summarize all the others. He said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and foremost commandment, he said, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments depend the whole law and the prophets, Jesus said. So, like I said, not too hard. Those aren't really that hard if you think about it. In many cases, it's really easy. Lastly, I have a very simple motto about our parish and congregation that I repeat a lot. Catholicism is not just a religion, it's a way of life, and it is. It isn't about all the rules, though they do help guide us sometimes, but it's about receiving the Blessed Trinity and the sacraments of the Church and living a life as a saved Christian as best as you and I can, and living out our faith daily. The Church is here to help us all, and myself included, to strive to do that. We are a small but intimate group where most know each other's name. It's a more personal journey that way. So don't let past disappointments, clouded visions, or whatever may be troubling you from attending church or receiving the sacraments hold you back. Come visit us on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. if you want to come to the Rosary, 11 a.m. for the Mass. And we're located in San Diego. We're at 741 Cerro Gordo Avenue, 92102, if you need to Google it or put it in your GPS. Or you can visit us on the web. It's www.stfrancisucc.org. Or you can email me. It's bprobt@gmail.com. And we'll be happy to help you get here or answer any questions you have. And lastly, they tell me that I should ask you to like us and share us if you enjoyed my little video. So please like and share us if you did. And please, don't be afraid. Come join us. You'll find that we're really down to earth here, and we try to make it as easy as possible for you to find Christ and add Him to your life. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.